Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Brunswick's Best.
Welcome.
Welcome. Where Lance takes a look at the greatest players in Vikings history. This week, we take a look at number 15. So I'm sure there's a very extensive list for this number once again, Lance. So why don't you lay that on us?
It's been kind of barren here since from 1 until 14. You know, it's your typical quarterback numbers, so you don't get a lot, especially if you're a Vikings fan, as far as players go. So
yeah, throw some kickers in there here and there.
Right, that's pretty much what it's been. But today we got a couple of guys that are worthy of a Brunswick's Best badge. So with that being said, we'll start off chronologically as we always do with Gary Kuzo. Now, Gary was the first quarterback the Vikings, chronologically, Gary Kuzo was the first quarterback the Vikings had to wear the number 15. Kuzo was actually a seasoned veteran by the time he came to Minnesota, having spent 4 years with the Baltimore Colts and the year with the New Orleans Saints before being traded to the Vikings. He served as the backup to Joe Cap in 1968 and 1969 and became the starter in 1970 after Cap held out and was subsequently traded. Despite Kuzo not having that great of a season, he completed less than half of his passes and threw more interceptions than touchdowns, which happened more often than not prior to I would say 1990. That was more of the look of a quarterback where you throw even or more interceptions than what you actually would touchdowns.
In the 70s, ugly. 70s at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's ugly, but it's the sad truth. But the game has obviously evolved way beyond that now in this day and age. Anyways, with that being said, the Vikings posted the best record in the NFL in spite of that, going 12-2, including 10-2 games in the games started by Kuzo. He went back to being the backup in 1971 after the Vikings reacquired Fran Tarkenton from the Giants, and then Kuzo was traded to the Cardinals in 1972 for receiver John Gilliam. Gary Kuzo, you get the Brunswick's badge this week. Moving along. Now, a lot of you guys are familiar with this player. Before he came here, he has torched us. He had torched us a few times in the past. And this guy is none other than Greg Jennings. I believe, and truth be told, to be honest, we got Greg in the twilight of his career. But the other 15 to take a look at this week, being Greg Jennings, was another player that took the Green Bay to Minnesota route, signing with the team prior to the 2013 season. This is where I come in with the but. But he led the Vikings in receiving yardage in both of his seasons in purple. He was released before the start of the 2015 season, and in his time here, he had a total of 127 catches for 1,546 yards and 10 touchdowns. He was a favorite target for receiver, he was a favorite target for Teddy Bridgewater when he came here as a rookie, and was pretty much a good security blanket for him along the way. He went on to play one more season in Miami before ultimately retiring from the league, and now I think he does a lot of commentary on ESPN and NFL Network and what have you. So, and I think he's calling games too, right?
I think he's doing some of that.
I think he's called some games as well. But for the 2 years you spent here and for being the leading receiver, the 2 years you were here, you get the Brunswick's badge this week on Brunswick's Best, Greg Jennings. And with that being said, that's all I got for you guys this week. I appreciate you all. If you want to discuss down below in the comment section what your favorite Greg Jennings moment was and what your favorite Gary Kuzo moment was if you were actually around in that time.
Which a lot of us weren't.
Right.
All right. With that, that's all we've got for this week's episode. I want to thank everybody again for watching. If you've not done so, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you follow the channel. Keep up on all the latest training camp going on. We got all kinds of good stuff going on. Don't forget our regular studio show Friday night at 6 p.m., where we'll go over all the latest training camp stuff and maybe have a little bit of Dalton Reisner news by then.
Things are picking up. It's the perfect time of the season to start watching. You know, if you guys haven't watched us since last year, welcome back to the show.
Right.
Things are starting to pick up now. We're going to have a lot to talk about this week.
Yep. And beyond the Friday show, remember Monday nights at 7 p.m., we have Rhino's Rants live, where I break down some of the hot button issues that have gone on in the last week or last few days, try to keep it a little more current. Do a lot of interaction with you guys in the chat, so I appreciate that. Love doing it. And again, of course, Brunswick's Best every Wednesday, so make sure you stay tuned. We've got all the Vikings information and fun stuff that you could ask for. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, and with that, we will see you guys Friday night for the studio show.
SKOL.
They told me that I won't climb, cause hatred's for my own kind, that opinions from your own mind, and look at me, I still shine. You see me wrong, but then my crowd sees me proper. Me and my team looking like showstoppers. I don't give a damn about the radio plays, just like the hands on the clock on me, I ain't willing to wait. Cause once we get it poppin' on me, I be up and away. I still be shitting on you haters when I'm up on the stage. I be aiming for the stars, so they see just who we are. And I'm always doing me, and I can swear that to God. Your life only sucks because you never took chances. They claim I overdo because of recent advances. Try to walk up in my shoes and then you'll see my circumstances. I'm here to speak the real because the people demand it. Like marijuana, yo, we came up from the bottom up. And now you're hooked up on my joint, so let's blaze up.
We've been here so long, yet they don't know who we are. In my eyes, I can see us rise and go so far.
Quarterback Gary Quazzo had been at the Super Bowl, and he remembered. His entire team remembered. Thus, for Minnesota, 1970's first game was really 69's last, a chance to put a bitter memory to rest. The memory died quickly. It fell under a relentless assault on the past. Gene Washington made one of the season's super catches of this Quazzo pass. Bill Brown put Minnesota out front with this first quarter catch, and the defense won the game late in the half. Gary Quazzo threw for 253 yards as the Vikings offense put together a consistent attack.
Able to stretch it out to 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's about right. That's about